Show me the meaning of feeling lonely. Welcome to the Roaring 20s, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like during the Backstreet Boy era, the boy band era, that if you could just make this sound, you could be a boy band. And if you had like feathery hair, you could just go, ah. That's all it took. And one of these moves. There was like dudes in the back of boy bands that made $1 billion, and all they did was this shit. And then they would be just like, and a little bit of harmony. And they would just fake it on Pro Tools. They just harmonize that shit a bit. Show me the feeling of being Some people's childhoods built around NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. Oh, I tried being in a boy band when I was a kid. I'm just bitter. That's all it is. Everybody wanted to be in a boy band. That shit was so hot. I'd go to Ross, find a tech vest, and I'm like, well, I gotta get 4 more for my boys. It's actually funny. I remember I got a tech vest. If you don't know what those are, they were like the 90s version of, remember like in Back to the Future, he had like a life jacket, like that was the style. I remember I went to swim practice, and it was the first time wearing my tech vest. I could only stunt at swim practice when I was a kid because I didn't go to school. I was homeschooled. Little Tarzan living in the backyard, throwing dirt clods around all day. I wore my tech vest, and I remember I went with my buddy, and I was like, yo, this is the only cool shit I could think. I said, let's go pimp some girls. And my buddy, shout out to Jimmy, he goes, bro, do you even know? Jimmy was going to school, and at the time, it was when Enrique Iglesias was all hot, so he was just benefiting from that shit because he was full Hispanic, had a mole and everything. He goes, bro, do you even know what pimping is? And I go, not knowing, hell yeah, I know what pimping is. Not in my periffs. My mom just goes, Evan, get over here. And I got in trouble. I had to take my tech vest off. It was orange, for the record. Fucking Justin Timberlake, though, killing it. That man has had a career, hasn't he? It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. Everybody can do this with a group of people. Just sound like a vacuum. It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. And what about when you're apart? I feel it too. And no matter what I feel without you. Sick beat. Yeah. They added so many of that. Yeah. You're like, Evan, the boy band era was amazing. No, you're only thinking of like the top 3 or 4 boy bands. You're thinking of Backstreet Boys. You're thinking about NSYNC. You're thinking about 98 Degrees, a little Nick Lachey. I can feel it. I can feel the heat, you know? You're not thinking about all the other little fucks that didn't make it through. Like the kind of Backstreet Boys, like the Back Alley Boys, NSYNC. There had to be so many knockoffs. Record labels were just throwing boys together. They would just have audition. They'd be like, hey, all right, what do you got? And they'd be like, oh. And they'd be like, that'll work. Those were the good old days, though. Oh, Christina Aguilera. I used to have the biggest crush on her. Listen, when I was like 13, 14, she came out with that fucking Dirty song. Remember when Christina Aguilera went dirty? She was no longer a genie in the bottle. She was making me rub the lamp. Hey. Hey. Those songs are so nostalgic to me. But my body say, let's go. That's the equivalent of, ow.